He retired from football more than 20 years ago, but Fandi Ahmad's reputation still precedes him. Last week, the 58-year-old topped an Asian Football Confederation poll for the greatest Eredivisie player.
Fandi outranked Park Ji-sung, Lee Yong-pyo and Shin Ji-ono, names you may recognize, and we're very pleased to welcome the man himself on The Big Story. Thank you so much for joining us, Fandi, and of course, congratulations to you. To start off, you played for Groningen from 1983 to 1985 when you were just 21 years old. Could you describe those years, and how did your time in the Dutch top flight affect the rest of your career?
Definitely, it was a dream come true because I think I gained a lot of experience. But before that, I made a mistake. Maybe not. I should have signed for Ajax Amsterdam in the earlier year, 3 years contract. But then, importantly, when I was in Europe, especially in Groningen, it does a lot of things for me. Did a lot of wonders for my football career because I improved a lot as a player. Physically, I was stronger and I played better. When I came back, it's much easier to play against the Asian players, and I really relished my time there because I gained so much experience, getting chance to play with the top players in Holland and as well as in the UEFA Cup. So when I came back, I thought this was quite easy for me to score goals, to play and help my teammates. And it was a wonderful because before that, I think I had some exposure in Ajax for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I got good experience playing against and with Cruyff, Van Basten, Gulli, Rijkaard, Jesper, Olsen, Molby. And then I went to a country where I signed in Indonesia, Galatama, near Mitra. That also helped me because that was one of the toughest league in Asia back then because it's very, very physical, hostile environment, and as well, we playing at home most times at 3 p.m. The weather is so humid and very hot. It teaches me how to be strong mentally. So when I went back to Holland, I was ready, but I did not prepare because of the Ramadan, because then the training was different, and that hurts me a bit in terms of my physical, condition in Holland. I suffered for almost two months, and I had a torn quadricep, which takes a very long time to recover. I was disappointed in the beginning because people expect me to perform when the day I was there, the day I came to Groningen. But I was patient and I got good support from my teammates, my coaches and the physios. That's how I grew because when I was training on my own, they mostly put me in the gym, do a lot of strength work. I was quite bigger size, more solid, more fast, stronger, and when I was ready about 2 months later, my first 2 matches was the most important of my life.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, Fandi, your son Iksan is playing for a Norwegian club now. What things have changed since you're in the Netherlands compared to what Iksan is undergoing now?
Definitely. Actually, Irfan Iksan was there 2 years ago. I brought them for training trial as well. And it was very different because the training regime totally different. During our time, when I was even in Groningen and Ajax, we had usually when we go for training camp, there's always a long run, 5-click run, 8-click run, in the forest, on the beach. But now it's all done on the field and in the gym itself. So now you can see the players now are bigger, stronger physically. But if in our time, if we had the sports science, sports technology, I think our players will be much better because technically those older players of the 60s, 70s, 80s are more skillful than the current generation. So in that sense, I think football has changed, but people change, football will change. You see, importantly now is the desire and fire. So I mean, it changed a lot. And Iksan even told me that he has never trained so hard like in Europe. Yeah. So I think the game is faster and you need to play different types of football in different countries. You know, some are very technical, some very tactical and physical. So as a footballer, you must accept and adapt. Oh, that's the trophy I won as a most skillful player. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Well, Fandi, are you disappointed or disheartened that your time in the Eredivisie didn't kickstart a wave of Singaporean or ASEAN players playing in Europe? Because you just mentioned so many benefits to playing in Europe.
Definitely, because during our time in ASEAN, I know, Asia, yes, because there are many talented players and skillful players, but I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't want to venture. Maybe they didn't have the right contact. They don't have an offer. They don't have, during our time, not many agents. It's all about scouts. But during those days, it's about scouts and not agent. But if they were to sign you, that means you have played at high level. That means you have played in World Cups. Some like the Korean players as well as the Japanese players. In the mid-90s, about 20, 30 players of South Korean and Japanese players are playing in Germany. I know I recorded it before. But I think some of the players are more contented, you know, getting good salaries. For them is enough, but they don't. I feel they should challenge themselves more because they have the talent, a gift from God for them, and they work very hard. I think they should. For me, I'm just unlucky. You know, after the '85 season, I didn't sign the contract because I couldn't sign the coach because of the work permit. I went back to Asia. I joined KL. After that, after one season, I think the first season, '86, we won the league title. But '87, when we played in an intercity tournament with some European teams, even the Korean teams, Lutzen, FC Groningen, we were in the final. So KL were in the final. You know, we played against the Korean Seoul, a very strong team, and then Lutzen from Switzerland. We went to the final against Groningen. After that, the new coach, he signed me for 3 years. I went back to Holland for 2 months training, and then I already signed. But in the end, again, it troubles me because of the work permit and because we are not from the EU, and also because the second season when I was in Groningen, I was injured. I didn't have enough time of play. That's why, if you see, I played 36 matches, but mostly second season, I mostly come in as a sub. And I think in the second season, I only scored 2 goals. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to go back to Europe. And because of that work permit, I couldn't get. I went back to KL and continue my journey there. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Fandi, for sharing with us, you know, all good memories there. And certainly thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. That was Fandi Ahmad, who represented Singapore from 1979 to 1997.
He just topped an AFC poll on the greatest player from the Confederation who's played in the Dutch Eredivisie.